So they were talking about it, and there came a time when they said कि नहीं, it is not सलमान को भी बोला it is not ऐसा film, it is not a tiger or so I was like just sitting there and thinking, why do they compare this to tiger? This film independently is a good film. This is no tiger, yes, but then tiger is also not Antim. I really wanted to change the way Salman's role is anticipated by the people. And everybody feels that he'll do a song and dance and then he'll play Bhaijan, which I didn't want to at all in the film. So somewhere that was a added bonus for me because I could get him to shed that image of a bhai. So there's so many comments which came कि इसको acting नहीं आती, इसको ये नहीं आता, इसको वो नहीं आता. I was actually enjoying the whole trolling is because I knew कि if they expect something, they won't be surprised. But they're not expecting anything.
Hi guys, this is Himesh and welcome to Pink Villa. Today we have with us someone very special, Mahesh Manjrekar sir. Welcome to Pink Villa sir, it's lovely having you here.
Thank you so much.
And firstly, the trailer of Antim looks fantastic. It's hard-hitting, gripping and something that we have not seen Salman sir in. Could you tell us something about the world of this film?
This world belongs to Maharashtra, a village in Maharashtra and Pune. Because there is the underworld in Pune is most of the gangsters, they come from this village. So why did this happen? So it is a visit to that. Actually it is, you can call it a story based on facts.
Okay.
So why did it happen? So the real estate prices, the farmers' children, they tomorrow, what are we going to see? Because of development, the real estate prices skyrocketed and the farmers thought they'll never get such prices. They sold the lands and they didn't know what to do. There's so much of money, they just bought cars and they had a blast and the money is not going to last.
Yeah.
And then their children didn't know what to do. So somewhere they had to work and come to Pune and then many of them became gangsters and now it has become like a folklore. No? Village feel कि मैं कल जाके क्या करूँगा मैं पुणे में gangster. So somewhere I had heard about such people. The director of the original film Munshi Pattern in Marathi, he comes from that village. So somewhere it is rooted in reality. He had a brother who was a victim of the system. So and he also assisted me a few years back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Praveen
Tardi.
Okay.
He is a very close friend of mine. He's an extremely good friend of mine. So somewhere after, and I played a small role in that film also.
Yeah, the father.
Yeah. So then when it happened here, I was more than keen because I wanted a film which was more on reality. And when it came to me, they were first Praveen was to direct, then Praveen came out of it, then someone else was to direct, and they were looking at something. They were taking the base which was same, and then they were trying to do a commercial film. Which when I came on board, when I was asked to do the film, I said, let us stick to the reality. Let us not glamorize the whole thing. And the cop's role in the original was not too much, but I really wanted it to be on par with the main protagonist.
Okay.
And it had no scope for commercializing that role.
Okay.
Give him a song and dance or give him a heroine.
Yeah.
So it was quite a task, but I don't know, which was, I thought it would be quite a task to convince Salman to do a role which has no heroine and so. But I think better sense prevailed. There was a time when Salman only decided कि नहीं, लड़की नहीं चाहिए.
Okay.
गाना नहीं चाहिए. So I was more than happy to do the film because it was in my zone.
Of filmmaking.
And see, every director has his own screenplay, the way he'll tell the film. So when I'd seen Munshi Pattern also, I had somewhere at the back of the mind you feel like how you would have presented film. So you get to present a film which you had liked before and your way. So it was more than I asked for, and I was very happy doing the film. And the way it has shaped up, I'm so happy that it is still a very real film and it will please the commercial audience also.
Okay, that's a very interesting mix which very few directors are able to crack in today's time.
No, today, and in fact, more directors are able to crack, because today the makers have come to realize that the content works, not a formula.
True. And so you just said that even I have seen Mulshi Patil in original Upendra Limaya sir's role is restricted to 2020. It's very hard hitting and impactful, but it's a extended cameo. What were the challenges and how did you approach that character to spin it into a full-fledged?
See, what happens is today when we see, most of the times there are a lot of honest officers who want to do their duty, who want to finish crime, who want to actually bring law and order. But then there are some forces working above them which don't let them.
Yeah.
So his dilemma, which was not addressed in Mulchi Patil.
Okay. Yeah.
See, and there's nothing wrong. He wanted to tell the film through the antagonist's point of view. I wanted it on par. So somewhere he being a victim of the system and how he fights the system also, and he fights the gangsters also.
Okay.
So that when that portion was incorporated in the film, then Salman's role increased.
Okay. So when you came on board, like you said, there was Praveen Tardesar who was supposed to direct first, then there was someone else, and then finally you. What sort of like was it you who developed the script into this character, or were there some ideas which were already
No, I wrote
developed?
each and every line in this film.
Oh,
Me
okay.
and there are two more guys who helped me, Abhijit Deshpande, who is a friend of mine and who has been writing with me since a long time, and Siddharth Salvi. So, in fact, when Salman asked me to do the film, Salman said, ki, do you want to read what we have developed? So I said, I don't want.
Okay.
He said, read it once. I said, don't want to, because if I am to do the film, I would want to tell the film according to the way I want to. I am the storyteller. And I was lucky that Salman agreed to it. I wrote the film.
Okay.
And I narrated to him. And that was it. It was as easy as that. And Ayush, when the film was in planning stage, when I was not directing also, I was interacting with Ayush. And I could see his restlessness because he was getting very, very impatient for the film to start. So I said that restlessness is going to work for you when you do this role.
It has those shades also.
It's had this shade. He is a restless guy. He is just a son of a farmer who suddenly, out of the blue, realizes that his father is on the streets and he has to work as a
daily wage worker.
coolie in a market in Pune.
Correct.
And somewhere he has this anger in him. Which, see, when we see gangsters, there is something which they have it in them, which is little different from a normal guy, which makes them a gangster. So somewhere this idea of this guy wanting to control makes him a gangster.
Okay. And so the dialogues in the trailer are very hard hitting. Like there is the reference to Mahabharat, which is given the opening line where Salman speaks about the Antim Vidhi and everything.
Shapath Vidhi hone se pehle Antim
Vidhi ho jayegi. It is somewhere also rooted in the Indian mythology in terms of dialogue. Could you tell us something about developing these lines, because Salman conventionally is known for those larger than life flamboyance, and over here suddenly there is a lot of depth in the dialogues as well. Was it a conscious?
That dialogue was not a Mulchi, but there was that whole idea of Upendra saying ki ek dusre se bidhayenge. So when I sat and when I sat and thought about that, I just said ki when I visited Mahabharat, two cousins fighting and Krishna was there, so I could relate it. So that is how I incorporated that dialogue. When he feels helpless, what happens is, when these criminals are caught, there are so many politicians who come and release them, because then they can use them for their own dirty work.
True.
So that whole thing, I think the cops feeling helpless. What do we do? We supply them with gangsters. We arrest them, and later we can't do them. These guys use them, and after they finish using them, they finish them. So he says, what do we do?
Correct.
So what we'll do is, we will use the Mahabharat technique. So that is where the dialogue came in.
Okay.
See, there are so many things. Like if you see, like what had happened in UP also, this guy who had massacred a lot of people there, police people. He was a politician, and then he was killed in an encounter. See, so many of the gangsters are into politics. They feel the next step is politics. But there are so many people who don't be. They die before that also. So that line came.
Okay.
बहुत जन है ना जिनकी शपथ विधि होने से पहले अंतिम विधि हो जाए.
Correct.
So
I think that's where experience also comes into picture, because you have gotten a lot of personal like personal or real stories also in the dialogue, screenplay, and
I've seen them at close quarters. I was into politics also for I had contested the election also. I know
Yeah.
them inside out.
Yeah.
I know how the system works. I know how the police are. Sometimes I feel they're so helpless to do anything. They want to do, but their hands are tied.
correct.
So everything comes into. So when I developed Salman's character, that was the character. Ki I can't do anything.
Correct. So if we look at all your directorials, would you say this is among the most dynamic characters that you have developed in terms of presentations, appearance, and everything else?
See, no, the cop ka role I had liked Sanjay Dutt's role in Kurukshetra also. Again, he was also a cop who was
Upright.
a victim of
Yeah.
the system. Upright cop who didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
The whole frustration he kills the CM of the state. So, so somewhere I had it, and then I really wanted to change the way
Cops are.
Salman's role is anticipated by the people. And everybody feels that he'll do a socket dance and then he'll do Bhaijan, which I didn't want to at all in the film. So somewhere that was a added bonus for me, because I could get him to shed that image of a Bhai, of his Bhai image, and give him a role which I want people to call him by his screen name.
That's Rajveer Singh.
Rajveer
Correct. And Ayush looks like a complete bomb in the trailer. Actually, no one anticipated him to stand.
So I was so amused, when we did the first look of Antim, and then we had just them shot this, he running at Salman and hitting, and we just because I just wanted to show the looks. So there's so many comments which came कि इसको acting नहीं आती, इसको ये नहीं आता, इसको वो नहीं आता. I was actually enjoying the whole trolling, is because I knew कि if they expect something, they won't be surprised. But they're not expecting anything, and the day they see the film, he'll hit them like a tornado.
Okay.
He is outstanding in the film. So that time when they were trolling, I was actually enjoying the whole thing, is because I said because I know कि
क्या बना रहा
once
हूँ मैं.
people see the film, they'll be more than surprised.
So, sir, you keep an eye on all the social media reactions and everything, because Antim was actually seen as an underdog by everyone till the trailer came out, and now everyone is like, wow, we didn't see this coming.
That worked sometimes it works to advantage, because when people are expecting nothing, if there's something, people react that way. And everywhere, when they were reporting कि सलमान की आने वाली film, so sometimes I used to say कि Antim is not mentioned. So I was very fine with that also, because I didn't want people to get any expectation out of it. I knew that when I put the trailer, Salman will be noticed. And it did, because what happens is nobody gave Ayush a chance. Everybody thought Salman ka chota sa role hai.
Yeah.
So, and I knew all along. See, sometimes what happens, we treat a length of a role as we take that as a parameter, which is so foolish. Which sometimes I feel, when you see a film like Ardha Satya, Ardha Satya made Sadashiv Amrapurkar.
Yeah.
When people came out talking about Sadashiv Amrapurkar, he had exactly 6 scenes in the film. 6. So nobody realizes that, Like if you see even a Mr. India, Mogambo, people came out talking about Mogambo, but he was hardly there. He was just there at the climax at some
second half.
Scenes. Yeah. So Gabbar Singh, after Sholay, count the length of Gabbar Singh, it is hardly anything, not even 1/5 of the film. So sometimes people don't realize that. Like I did so many films, but when I did Dabang, people said, "Okay, first part, there are roles." There was hardly anything.
Yeah.
I was 5 scenes maybe.
Yeah.
So I knew that people will be extremely stunned to see Salman in the film.
Even at the trailer launch, Ayush and Salman said that at one point of time the film was, the makers were contemplating or even giving it to OTT release. How were you reacting back then? Because it seems like a big screen film from.
So क्या होता है? I'll tell you something. Nobody knew when the theatres were opening. So obviously the deals were done, and I was here only when that day they were deciding कि क्या करें. So do it in the theatre, and then because once the contract is signed, they were giving an X amount for a OTT release. So if you're going to release it in the theatre first and OTT, then that amount will obviously be
low,
reduced. Yeah. So they were talking about it, and there came a time when they said कि नहीं, it is not Salman को भी बोला, it is not Aisa film, it is not a tiger or so I was like just sitting there and thinking, why do I compare this to tiger? This film independently is a good film. This is no tiger, yes, but then tiger is also not Antim. So then I just told them, I said, "Ki, what is wrong with you? A film like Badaiyu is doing great business here. So what I talking, there is the whole idea of a film success has changed. Today I said the formula doesn't work. What works is content.
Correct.
And I said I am very, very confident that this film is shaped up very, very well and the audience will like it. So somewhere, and I am very happy that they agreed to it and they agreed to do theatrical first.
And do you think you being such close friends with him helped in this aspect too?
Yes, definitely.
Because
That
many
is
are
one-
always skeptical of going ahead and telling him something.
I'll tell you something what happens. Sometimes what happens, it was not as a director also. There was something I told him as a friend also. So sometimes he used to laugh it off. Ki, nahi. I said, Salman, do this film. People will come out saying you are different in the film. So he used to laugh, very fan look. But because I am his friend, I think maybe he said, ki, Chal, I'll sunta hu. He calls me Bhau. He calls me Bhau as a brother. So somewhere I know ki, and I was a little scared ki I hope I'm not proved wrong. Because he trusted me to do this film. He trusted me when I told him, I said, I don't want a heroine for you. He trusted me when I told him, I don't want songs for you. So they were a little, that time also they were saying, ki, how do you publicize the film? There are no songs, Salman. There Gana nahi hai. So I was, I said, nahi dalo Gana. I said, गाने से अगर फिल्म चलती थी तो I said, सब beautiful गाने. I said, फिर Love Yatri would have been the biggest blockbuster. It had an extraordinary music. So I think somewhere yes, because he really cares for me, because he feels I'm his brother, he listened to me. And today I feel happy because today I didn't want to, his trust I didn't want to be misplaced. So I think today I'm very...
And so this is your first directorial for Salman. How did that come into picture? Because you have known him for 10 years and everyone was wondering, Ki, Mahesh sir is so close to Salman, why don't we see him direct? Is that something we'll see now often after Antim? Are there some plans to do something else?
See, what happens is sometimes, I have... See, there are commercial films to do great business. So sometimes I feel, but I know I can't do those films. Not because... And I know I don't have the talent to do those films. Because you have to believe in those films to do them great. Like I adore Rohit Shetty films. If someone tells me to do it, I know I won't succeed there. Because that is not my zone. My zone is somewhere near realism. So, definitely today it gives me more strength to go and approach Salman for a film which is a little different. Or I used to know Zul. I'll go to him only if I have a different role.
Correct.
I've bounced off a few ideas which he has loved. But yes, definitely. Because that time Salman was doing all films which are commercial. He see what happens is then there is a trap. The audience loves you as a character. But then later on that becomes a trap. So you don't know whether you can get out of that zone. But then unless you try it once, the thing will happen. So Salman has tried it with Antim, and I know tomorrow he'll be a little more brave in accepting roles which are a little off the beaten track. So
You have something.
I have a lot of roles for it.
Oh, okay. All depends on.
Yeah.
But I'm sure it looks very.
It is. And the way we are treated the film also. I didn't want a very glamorized version. I wanted absolutely realistic as possible. The actions also, we said we will avoid cables and flying off, and we did a very, very rooted real action.
Correct. Yeah, and we see it in the trailer also. The glimpse. Like I asked this to Salman sir in the trailer launch. This character is the closest that he has come to Arjun Ranawat from Gar in terms of intensity and rawness. So, yeah. And so apart from Antim, there is you have 2 films announced. Could you tell us something on them? 2 more Hindi films.
One Savarkar I would love to start sometime in March.
Okay.
Because the whole scripting process. See, when you do a biopic, it becomes very, 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 because we are walking on thin ice. Because there are so many people who are going to question you about everything. So it is, you can't take a reference of one book and do. So I have to read a lot. So the whole process of reading is happening in Marathi, in English, then people, his contemporaries that time. When I do a film about Savarkar, I can't just do a film about Savarkar. Then I have to see
all
that time Tilak I have to read, the relationship between Tilak and Savarkar, that time. So somewhere the scripting is going on. And then I'll do Godse the end.
Of next year. Okay. And there is also White, which
White is ready. My script is ready. So I might start. I need a woman. So see, these guys speculate and they say that Tabu is doing it.
Yeah.
I said no. I narrated it to Tabu a long time back, and I wanted Tabu to read it again. And Tabu said, "Ki, okay, fine, we'll read it." But then someone goes and jumps the gun and says that Tabu is doing it. So Tabu has not committed to it. Tabu is a very close friend, and if she's convinced,
she will
she'll
do
be there in the film. But it's one of the best scripts I have written.
Oh, okay.
It's in the zone of Astitva, but it's a little more
Rooted.
advanced than Astitva.
Okay, yeah. And in today's time.
Today's time, yeah, definitely. Astitva I did, I think, I should have done it today.
Today, yeah, it was way too ahead of its time. Yeah, correct. And lastly, sir, before signing off, could you tell us something about Antim being the closest that you have come to the world of Vastav? That is the constant chatter on social media that we see.
Sabir, yes. I see Ayush as someone who is very close to Raghubhai. That throb is there. Except that zone, that is one zone which is very, very near to me. The whole idea of Bombay becoming Mumbai and then Mumbai becoming Shanghai is because of the mills.
Yeah.
Today when you see Lower Parel and Lal Bagh, that has become the Shanghai of Mumbai. And that was one of the most poor localities,
Low-lying,
the
yeah.
mills there. So that night doesn't leave me. That still, I think we all need to feel a little ashamed because we have, not we, the whole system has ruined the life of lakhs of people who were working there in the mills.
Correct.
And today the whole palladiums and all those malls there now bear witness to the slaughter of so many mill workers. The mill strike is still on. So somewhere that was the underworld of Mumbai. This is the underworld of Pune.
Correct. And sorry, just one more question came in my mind. What another factor which separates Antim from other gangster film is the way it is being shot. You have done away with the yellow tinge which we see. Was that a conscious effort to bring it to fresh?
We wanted a very earthy look to the film. So we didn't want that, why not glamour. Sometimes I don't know, I see green films also.
Yeah.
Oh, why do they do that? I don't know whether they have any reason to do that. We have tried a little warm, but nothing else. We have not tried to glamorize the whole thing at all. We have tried to keep it as real as possible.
Perfect, sir. Thank you so much. It was lovely talking to you and wish you all the best for Antim.
Thank you.